Hey guys, it's Christina within the garden, and I let my beds dry out so that we can pull out our garlic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some compost where the garlic was, and this is called compost trenching. And that's where you can put food that you want to deteriorate right into your beds. The compost trenching is where we put the matter right into the soil, and this has been it smells terrible. This has been in this bowl in my shed for a couple weeks, so it's kind of done some of that job already for us. But let's take a look at the garlic. We relocated it here. The beds are really dried out, so you can see they're just going to detach. Okay, so this is our first head of garlic. We're going to put it there. Yeah, see, this size really didn't get much bigger. Well, that's not true. I'm sorry. This did get bigger than the seed that was originally planted. It was just a tiny one. But this is about our garlic size when we have one that kind of takes a long time into another season to grow. From what I've noticed, it's like it's the runts of the litter that don't take off during the regular growing season, and then they decide to sprout their heads later into the garden, and then you're like, oh, I've got a volunteer, when really it's just one that planted and didn't take off at the time. Where is this one? Here we go. There's another one. Take a look at the garlic. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These garlics were planted in a previous growing season, so most likely they didn't take off in the season they were grown in or intended to be grown in, and so they're kind of like volunteers, meaning they were probably the runt of the litter and they didn't take off till later. That's what I anticipated happened. I actually haven't planted any garlic this season. These garlic heads were rotated back to this section of the bed. If you want to see where we did that, I did that in a previous video with the onion and the garlic. So we just kind of reorganized our beds, and in doing so, we put the garlic and onions in this bed. So these are garlics that were unintentionally grown or supposed to be grown in a previous season. That's likely why they're small. Now I can take from this, so some tips about garlic. You want to take your largest head. So if we were to use this particular group, we're going to take our largest piece from the head and we're going to replant it after we cure it. Curing it means drying it. It means drying it out, letting all the dirt loosen away from the head. So the first thing you do when you're done with the digging out and harvesting is you dry the onion or dry the garlic, and then from there you can pick your largest heads, and you're going to reseed these in the fall and in the spring. Another tip is when you're garlic is dying back. So if you noticed, I took the garlic heads, the little shoots, the little tops, and I put them in the ground because normally you're going to use those to help out with the drying method. So you can use them. They hang really well when they have their stems on them, but these are so past the time that we should have harvested them that the stems were just breaking free. So what I did is the composting method where I buried it within the garden where it's at. Now I also, if you watched me do the trench composting, where you take your vegetables and your organic matter from your kitchen, and you can put it in a bowl. You can right away put it right into the dirt and bury it as deep as you can. In this case, I went 2 or 3 inches down because the next time I plant in this bed, it'll all be surface planting because I'm going to seed this area. So if you're not going to seed and you need depth and you need some dirt, just plant your trench compost deeper. So that's how that works. This was harvesting 9 garlic heads, some volunteer garlic, if you will, and trench composting. If you have any questions about it, or you'd like to add in the comments below how you handle your trench composting, if you trench compost, or if you use compost bins, please let me know. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good day.